Welcome to the Funeral Funds Life Insurance Podcast. I'm your host, Randy Vandervate from Funeral Funds of America, and you can find us at funeralfunds.com. That's funeral, Funds.com. Whether you're interested in term life, whole life, mortgage protection, annuities, disability, business continuation, or final expense life insurance, we have you covered. Our team of experienced professionals will guide you through the complexities of insurance products to help you make an informed decision. In this podcast, I'm going to be discussing, is $9.95 per unit life insurance a scam? Oh my golly, you have no idea how many questions we get about $9.95 per unit life insurance. And people say, hey, is that a scam? Or they come and tell us it was a scam based on their perception or whatever, right? So we're going to talk about that a little bit. And I will tell you, it's not a scam, but it is buyer beware. Okay, so we're gonna dive deep on this one. So right off the bat, I can tell you for I don't know if there's a percentage, but a super duper high percentage of people are not going to pay $9.95 and have an appreciable policy that's going to do for so much for them, because it's $9.95 per unit. It's not $9.95 for $10,000 worth of coverage or 20,000, right? We had so many people saying, well, yeah, I want $20,000, and I checked that $9.95, and that wasn't $9.95. That was only like $400 for $9.95. And I would have had to start adding up a whole bunch of $9.95 plans, like 15 of them, and it's going to be $150, and it would only cover, for example, like, $7,000 depending on age, right? So $9.95 per unit is not necessarily the cost, it's a starting point, right? And the reason this company, and I'm purposely not saying the company because they're a fine company, they've got their own business, they kind of do their own deal, and evidently they're doing okay because they keep running these commercials. But um, you know, most, not most, all the companies that we work with, we don't know of a single other insurance company out there that charges per unit. Most other companies are going to say, hey, if you want $10,000, here's the price. They don't say, well, if you want $10,000, then, one unit is $9.95, and that's going to buy $239 worth of insurance. And we're going to have to do a whole bunch of math. So the $9.95 per unit for most people is a starting point. And, we affectionately call really sensational, too good to be true offers, we call them marketing mousetraps, right? Because how many how many mice are attracted to mousetraps without cheese in the mousetrap, right? If you don't put cheese in the mousetrap, no mouse is going to pay it any attention. You'll never catch a mouse. So the $9.95 per unit is the cheese in the mousetrap, right? And these plans are targeted at seniors. They run TV commercials all over the place, and they'll show a couple, and they'll say, the wife will be talking. She goes, yeah, Bob down the street, he was mowing the lawn and he just fell over and he died right on the spot. I'm kind of having fun with this. I haven't seen that commercial, and he'll go, oh my gosh. And she goes, yeah, and they didn't have, now they're struggling financially. They didn't have anything in place. And he goes, oh no, we're not going to have that life insurance conversation, are we? And she goes, oh, yes, we are. I saw this. It's $9.95. We can afford that in our budget. And again, I haven't seen a commercial with those exact words, but that's kind of the feeling you get, right? And when in fact, you know, if you get a $9.95 plan and you're going to get buried, and that's only going to pay $850, and a burial is going to cost $10,000 to $15,000, is that the appropriate plan for you, right? So there's other insurance companies out there that have their own kind of version. There's $9.95 per unit. Then there's, hey, you pay $1 for your first month, and then there's pennies a day. You can get this insurance for pennies a day. There's ones that say $5 a week. You can get $30,000 for $5 a week, right? So there's all these really sensational offers, and they're created by marketing teams to do one thing: to get people interested and to get people's names and phone numbers to call in or to call and sell this insurance, because they know that if they get enough people, if they get 100 people to submit their information, that turns into a lead for their insurance agents. They know if they do that, that a certain amount of people are just going to flat out buy because they don't know any better. So the biggest thing is just do your research on the actual type of policy and the company itself. Just don't enter into an important financial decision without any information. And most of these companies, you're going to be able to find them on our website. So let's say it was ABC Insurance Company. If you enter on Google, just search the internet, Google funeral funds. That's my company name, funeral funds, and then put ABC Insurance Company and then the word review, right? And if you do that, it should pull up as the number one search term off our website, an article that where we reviewed that company, and you can get the real lowdown. You can get the real skinny. You can get the message straight from the horse's mouth, right? You can find out kind of the pros and cons of each company out there. So another thing to do is, you can check the Better Business Bureau. I will tell you, these companies that have these really sensational, marketing mousetrap terms and, offers and everything, they tend to collect a lot more negative Better Business Bureau reviews. So it doesn't mean they're bad companies. It just means they're, in many cases, people don't agree with their marketing message and how it's presented and how it's not necessarily clear. Because you see those $9.95 per unit commercials on TV, and there's fine print, right? But when the fine print flashes up, it's like there, and then you start to read it, but you can't read it necessarily because it might be blurry, and then it's gone. Well, technically, you've been presented with that information, but it's hard to read. So, yeah, just keep in mind with that $9.95 per unit, something in that small print is going to say it's got a 2-year waiting period. Now, they might use like really nice, fluffy, like whimsical terms like limited benefit period, you know, because it's easier to just put limited benefit period to keep people interested. Because if they put, hey, 2-year waiting period, where if you die, we ain't paying a thing. Not too many people are going to be too interested in that. So, again, it's the marketing team. Those guys are brilliant. I mean, they come up with these words like limited benefit period. Well, a limited benefit period means if you die of a health or medical reason in the first 2 years, they're not going to pay out any life insurance death benefit. Oh, that's pretty limited, isn't it? Limited to zero. Now, I mean, some of these companies that have 2-year waiting periods, they're going to have a return of premium where you get your money back in the first 2 years plus a percentage. But is that what you want in the first 2 years? Do you want your money back, or do you want your $10,000, $15,000, or $20,000 to pay out? You want the money. Show me the money, right? Show me the money. So yeah, just watch out for the red flags. Just ask yourself, hey, does it seem like their marketing team is working overtime to get my information? And always be aware of the cost too, because uh, you know, with this particular company, they add up units. You can get up to 15 units. It's 9.95. Just think about it though. If we round it up to $10, you could get 15 units. That's $150. So, you could be looking at a policy that's going to be 140 some dollars a month. That's a lot different than 9.95, right? But a lot of people don't hear the word per unit. They hear the 9.95 and then their ears shut off, and they don't hear the per unit. They hear 9.95 and they go, well, hey, I'm I'm 83 years old, and I waited my entire life, and I am so smart. I outsmarted that insurance company. I waited until 83, and now I'm going to get my $20,000 worth of insurance for $9.95. And then they call the insurance company and find out that, they might only get just a few $100s per unit. So you're not going to outsmart the insurance company. Chances are the marketing department outsmarted you. But yeah, just really, really understand and review what type of policy, the expectations, stuff like that. To be clear, what we offer and help people with as a life insurance broker at Funeral Funds of America is we're always going to try to get people first day coverage or benefits. And the majority of the people that we help are going to qualify for first day coverage or benefits. We never recommend a 2-year waiting period as your first option. Number one, it's a 2-year waiting period. We don't know what's going to happen 20 seconds from now, much less 20 years, much less 2 years, right? So we always recommend first day coverage. We always recommend you save money. And the types of policies that we help people with do have health questions. And people go, oh my gosh, I'm in terrible health. I'll never qualify for that. I've got high blood pressure and I've got diabetes and I'm bipolar, right? And they're thinking that's the end of the world. And we're thinking, okay, we've got multiple companies that'll approve you for that. Is that all you're worried about? Oh my gosh, I had cancer in the past. I had really serious cancer 5 years ago. They treated it, and I'm all recovered. I'm perfectly healthy, but I know they're not gonna give me first day coverage because of that cancer. We're like, "Ah, we got plenty of companies as long as it's been more than 2 years out," right? We've got other companies out there that they'll accept so many different health impairments that there's absolutely it makes no sense whatsoever to settle for a plan that's got a 2-year waiting period. So just be wary of what you see advertised on TV and junk mail too. Oh my gosh. The two most expensive forms of advertising out there are television and junk mail because they gotta run a lot of commercials to get people interested, and they gotta mail a lot of postcards and letters to get people interested, and it's really expensive, and that's reflected in their pricing. That's reflected in their pricing. The best companies out there are the ones that don't have to market necessarily because they've got a good reputation. And they just know that the smarter consumer is going to come to a place like Funeral Funds of America, where we are licensed and we're brokers and we're given permission and contracts to sell insurance from the best insurance companies at the lowest pricing. So just beware. Buyer beware. Next time you see that sensational offer, think about that cheese in the mousetrap and just kind of really have a have a moment of reflection and see if you really want to try yanking that cheese out of the mousetrap. So there you go. Is $9.95 per unit life insurance a scam? Well, we'll leave that up to you. My name is Randy Vandervate, and I hope this podcast has been helpful to you. Funeral Funds of America can help you qualify for first day coverage or benefits at funeralfunds.com. That's funeral, FUNDS.com. And our phone number is 888-862-9456. We will be blessed to help you with this in the future. Until that day comes, stay safe, take care, and have a nice day. Bye-bye.